Hi, welcome back to Random Fact Friday, where...
First random fact, there was an emperor of Rome named Cuisineer.
Today we're playing Cuisineer. It's a roguelite with, what's the word?
No one can wipe away Poopy.
Are you proud of that?
Yes.
Poopy Ain has killed my grandma, okay?
Oh, you didn't give her an adult diaper?
I hate you. I hate you and everything you stand for. Are you happy? Are you proud? Will God look up upon you in the upcoming
That
days?
involves hating yourself, and no, God will not look upon me, because God is above no one.
He has fat tits, though.
When he wants to.
Yeah, when he wants to. God is a woman.
Here are some following signs that can help you identify a pathological liar, such as they often talk about experiences and accomplishments which they appear heroic. They are also the victim of many stories, often looking for sympathy, and other stories that tend to elaborate and they are very detailed.
So you know I'm not a pathological liar because all my stories lack details.
Medical mistakes kill over 250,000 Americans each year.
Damn.
If they were a disease, they'd be the third largest leading cause of death in the USA.
And the U.S. sleigh.
Canadian astronomer and renowned eclipse chaser J.W. Campbell traveled around the world for 50 years trying to see 12 different eclipses. He ran to overcast skies almost every time.
That poor bastard.
Dude. Some blind people can understand speech that is almost 3 times faster than the fastest speech sighted people can understand. Research suggests that a section of their brain that normally responds to light is remapped in blind people to process sound.
So what I'm hearing is daredevil powers.
In Wisconsin, children are legally allowed to drink alcohol at restaurants and bars as long as they are with a parent or guardian.
Hell yeah, Wisconsin. The party state.
See?
Hey, it's all good in the neighborhood. Except when I kill the neighborhood.
Unfortunately, the fact thing I'm using for facts is currently loading.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Next random fact. Do you know that Taco Cat spelled backwards is Taco Cat?
Actually, let us regale you from with stories from our lengthy experience crossing the Yucatan.
What the fuck are you talking about? The fuck you say to
The
me?
first thing we should talk about is how we never crossed the Yucatan, and the fact page loaded.
I don't know what you talk about. I don't know what you're talking about. We crossed the Yucatan together, but not as Aura Master 101 and Zero Yeti, but as our past selves, Clint and Phyllis.
The giant ground sloth and the glyptosphere.
Question, just a quick question, real fast. Where is the Yucatan?
The Yucatan Peninsula, you know how Mexico,
Uh-huh.
and then Mexico has that thing that curves up like a little boot?
Uh-huh.
That's the Yucatan, that little
Okay,
boot.
so we weren't Aura Master and Zero Yeti. We were L Aura Master and L Zero Yeti.
From 1812 to 1814, Joseph Fraunhofer studied the spectrum of solar light passing through a thin slit and recorded 500 dark lines. Newton missed seeing the dark lines in 1666 because he shone light from a whole solar disk through a circular hole into his prisms.
Damn, Newton was a thought. Like, let's be honest.
It rained nearly continually in California from Christmas Eve 1861 or the end of January 1862, destroying nearly 1/4 of the property in the state, turning the Central Valley into an inland sea and bankrupting the state.
Damn. And that's why California doesn't exist anymore.
The Japanese enslaved as many as 410,000 comfort women from Korea, China, Southeast Asia, and India to serve as prostitutes and raise the spirits of Japanese soldiers. Approximately 3/4 of them died.
That wasn't a really fun fact.
It was
Zero.
not. It was not. But these are called Random Fact Fridays, not Random Fun Fact Friday.
Fuck off. I guess you're right.
Greeks invented worry beads called kampoloi as a tool to distress. While many cultures and faiths have created beads for religious purposes, such as the Catholic Rosary or Buddhist mala, for example, these beads aren't targeted at religious practice. Greeks carry and fiddle with them to help relax.
They were fidget toys.
Fidget! STEM toys!
Well, it makes sense because according to Percy Jackson, like anybody from the ancient Greek era had some sort of neurodivergent thing going on with them.
Well, like, think about how many people throughout history were probably neurodivergent, and it wasn't necessarily frowned upon because you had. I'm not saying you had more freedom back then, but like you had more kind of freedom to do with what you kind of wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Or like if you had a hyperfixation, you could just go all in on that field sometimes.
Like honestly, I think that's why a lot of people like really excelled in like apprenticeships and stuff, because you would have people who want to do the thing that they're excited for.
Or like I've been told, and not necessarily because I'm neurodivergent, but I've been told multiple times, like from oddly enough family members have been like, you would have made a really good like lighthouse keeper. And I'm like, but those aren't really a thing anymore.
I mean, in some locations they are.
Because they're like, well, you have the knowledge ability of the ocean. You can follow fairly, like, you can follow a routine when you need to. You are a night owl. You're generally, like, you're kind of a loner. Not necessarily, but, like, and you could probably survive, but you still like talking to people. So it's like, yeah, you could definitely, like, radio ship captains tell them they're too close.
Like, just get on the radio and it's like, hey, bitch.
It's like, hey, there's a fog. Get back. Those rocks will break your hull.
Your hull, you say? That was bad even for me.
And then you just crash into the fucking rocks and die. Some people snort cocoa powder for a high.
No, that's illegal. I know nutmeg is something that you can snort to get high, but it won't be a fun high.
That's like a bad high, yeah. That's not good.
Is ayahuasca legal?
I don't. Is ayahuasca legal?
I said it right?
Is illegal under federal law.
I don't know, that's why I asked you.
The Good Samaritan Drug Overdose Act is that in the event that you need to call 911 for someone who's overdosed, you won't get arrested for possession of controlled substance charges and breach of conditions regarding the drug charge.
Okay, that doesn't answer if ayahuasca is illegal or not.
I said it's illegal.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's illegal in the United States.
That's dumb.
Why are all of these about being high? South Park character Tally began on a boat trip where the creators took, on which people were constantly saying, "Don't forget to bring a towel." Becoming more aware of how merchandise and exploited their creations had become, they decided to seriously create the worst character ever.
Okay, I wouldn't say that any of their South Park characters were. I'm not clamoring for a fucking what's his name? Who's the fat fuck?
Cartman.
For an Eric Cartman plushie.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of people who do.
Hey, fun fact. So
Fun fact: Eric Cartman killed his father and fed him to his brother.
Yeah. Well, that wasn't the fun fact that I was gonna say. So like the TikTok the screenshot of like he wouldn't fucking say that. That was for South Park. Regarding
Yeah,
Eric
because that
Cartman.
was like asking South Park characters their pronouns, and he just said, "I go by they them. Please, thank you." And that's like he would not
He would
say.
not fucking say that.
Toilet paper wasn't required by law to be splinter free until 1930.
Oh no! Oh no! That's awful. That was not a fun fact. I know that this is not Fun Fact Friday, but you know what I mean.
Natural condoms were initially made from bladders and animal skins to allow transfer of body heat between partners, but not fluids. Latex condoms reduce heat transfer and may contribute to reduced sexual pleasure.
Yeah, but also latex condoms prevent STDs, which like lambskin and bladder condoms do not.
Red Fox died of a heart attack while filming a scene for the royal family. His co-stars thought that he was joking, as it was similar to a recurring bit on the television series Stanford and Son.
Oh no. Am I allowed to say that poor man?
Can't control what you say. The Mozilla Foundation did a study on Google's incognito browser. They found it was used for an average of 10 minutes from the hours 11 p.m. Was used for an average of 10 minutes per user from the hours of 11 p.m. to 5 a.m., peaking at around 2 a.m.
Well, you see, I'm not a fucking cow. I'm kidding.
The Talking Statues of Rome, where critiques and satires of authority figures were posted when they couldn't be published openly.
Interesting.
Different masks have different filtration capabilities. Surgical and N95 are great. Are generally great.
Hell yeah.
Of all the corn grown in the United States, only 1% is actually sold for human consumption. The rest either gets turned into biofuels, cooking oil, or animal feed.
I would like to try some of this animal, no biofuel corn.
I would like to try some of this animal feed.
I've probably eaten animal feed in the past. Like, let's be honest.
The average American eats the same amount of sugar in 5 days as the average American 200 years ago did in a month.
I've taken the amount of dicks. That's it.
Small packets of beef jerky are not moisture absorbers, but oxygen absorbers to prevent oxidation of animal fat.
Huh.
Bye, guys, gals, and binary pals.
Interesting. Oh, crap. All these people want to pay. Alright, stop.